Hello, I'm gonna quickly go over some strats that I used in my latest any percent run for Unfinished Business, or Team Raider 1 Gold, it's also known as. You have to curve quite a lot here to avoid bonking here. You can get a little tunnel jump, which probably saves a few frames. What I'm trying to do is just sort of run up this slope and end up in the right position, so you don't need to do any hopping back or anything. It's a bit hit and miss, you know, it's hard to do that, obviously. It's hard to be accurate like that, but yeah, the visual for where you want to jump in is just that little funny shape that's in the middle of Lara's shadow. But yeah, you can sidestep against the push block and she'll nudge forwards slowly. So yeah, you want Lara's shadow to just touch that sort of pixel, that darker pixel that it's touching, and then you can jump and she'll embed. You can be like 1 pixel over, I'm pretty sure. There's a bit of a range of positions, so you anywhere from about here, I think, to about here will work. So if I go somewhere like here, just 1 neutral jump and 1 side flip. I think it's side flip right there. Okay, so the next thing is these frame buffers that you can do here. So you draw guns after picking up the key, and you want to buffer 4 frames right, and then without a gap you need to then buffer 2 frames left, which I'm going to do. And then you basically need to do a walk, run, jump. That's the next thing. But previously you would want to like let go of all of the inputs and then do 2 frames with up and left and walk. But you don't need to let go of your frame buffer input. If you just do 3 frames with up, left and walk, that basically does the same thing as waiting for Lara to stop moving and then doing 2 frames. If you just do 3 frames without waiting for her to stop moving, then that's the same thing. It results in the same position. Okay, this next bit isn't anything new. Just wait here. You can climb up as the boulder's rolling past, but you can die if you try and cut it too fine. So yeah, you want to get that step reset on that step. That reset, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's very tight to make it onto this bridge without stumbling, so it's kind of a reset point. To be honest, it's maybe not even worth going for it. There's a pretty simple sequence if you don't do that, but it involves jumping around the boulder, whatever foot he used in his previous run. I'm just gonna save here, so it saves a bit of time. So like that. This fence clip, again, you can do it in a few different ways, but I'm just trying to do it in the smoothest possible way, which is you wanna hold up as she lands on this next tile, but then you want to immediately let go of up so that she's slowing down as you're going through the fence, and then I'm going to hold left so that the distance she travels forwards is less, because she's going to turn to the left. Also, turning to the left helps you clip through the fence. I'm not going to hold roll. I think people used to hold roll here maybe, and that sends Lara too far forward. You want to be slowing down, just about make it through the fence, and then you can jump off the slope, and that's the most efficient thing. You want to draw guns before you end the level here, so that she has guns drawn at the start of the next level. Then this sequence was found by Arno Z-Raider, I think, in one of the Board Raiders events that was a death run. So yeah, I'm just going to load this. Yeah, so you just hop back twice and then do a slightly late grab, not a very late grab. And then to line up this wall bug, I'm trying to just run over, like, I'm trying to get the right side of Lara to be at the edge of this tile. At the edge of this tile, so this seam. Just run over that tile in the direction of the corner. And then once you're on this block, you want to do 3 steps, late grab, roll. That's going to be, you know, half a second faster than whatever was done previously. So here you want to grab a specific point on this ledge, the edge of the slope. And I've basically grabbed in the perfect position. There is a sort of a dark line of 3 pixels to the right of Lara's right hand. There's like a line of 3 dark pixels, and you just want Lara's right hand to be at the edge of those dark pixels, so just about here. And there's a very small margin for error. You can be slightly wider than that, or you can have Lara's right hand just sort of touching the edge of that block. And then the rest of the sequence is pretty simple. It's just a simplified version of the previous strat there. So I would normally wait and then get the right position, and you just need to know the angles really. If you want to save a tiny bit of time, you can not grab there. That would save time, but you lose quite a lot of health. So if you're desperate, you can go for that. Tap forwards twice, and this time I missed the lever. For the strat that follows that, you need to be right on the edge of the lever, so yeah, a little bit fiddly this section. I would usually lose time here in runs because of these strats. Oh, I missed it again. So yeah, you want to try and turn as she hops back. Hop back whilst tapping right a few times, and then you need quite a precise angle here to side flip. But luckily this wall bug is quite lenient, so this might still work, yeah. And then it's quite a strange wall bug because you're going through a ceiling, so it's not possible to stumble cancel this wall bug. I always do the same thing, but there's different ways of doing this. I'll go over this again, but basically you want to let the mummies run out of the frame, draw guns in between the levers, put them away again, hop back. Don't let the camera come back, so don't draw guns. That confuses the enemies a bit more. It also interferes with how the enemies deal damage. It's not like I understand it completely, but so yeah, let the mummies leave the frame, this is incredibly bad. I'm gonna get rushed here. But yeah, you want the mummies to just run out of the frame like that. Draw guns, put them away, and then I'm going to hop back the other way this time. I can't really make a save whilst I'm in this room because saving and loading whilst enemies are active is going to change their pathing. So yeah, mummies run away, try and dodge that fast one. Okay, if the mummies rush you at the lever, at this lever, then this is where not cancelling the camera is going to really help you, because you're going to find it a lot easier to get past the enemies if you don't cancel the camera. So you want to use a bit of muscle memory, and you can either roll and then sort of hold up and right and do a running jump. You need to be able to time the inputs for that because you won't be able to see Lara. I'm recommending that you hop back whilst curving, sort of turning right. So hold down and right, and then immediately hold up and right, and then do a running jump. And let's see what happens. So you can see I got rushed by mummy. I didn't cancel the camera on the door, and then the mummy ran away basically, and I could get out. So that's the idea there. And then let's do it all in one smooth motion. There we go. You have to do the running swan dive immediately, as in one motion. If you leave Lara to stand up and be still before you do the swan dive, then her position is slightly different for whatever reason. So yeah, this will fail because I waited. There we go. So yeah, roll to cancel the stumble, and then it's standing jumps, and then a running jump on the last step. And this sequence is pretty easy once you've got it figured out. Take a really direct line, and you will be able to land right on the Uzi clips. You can do a running jump here, but it's like super difficult. But it is potentially possible. So right here, you're going to sidestep into the corner, and I'm going to hold up and walk. And this basically makes Lara's turning really smooth and really slow, so you can line up very accurately. And I've drawn guns because I'm going to use the tip of the right Uzi for my visual, so it's going to be lined up in the middle of this dark line here that the tip of the Uzis is going across, so just in the middle. You don't want it to be off to the left, it can be slightly off to the right of the center. But yeah, if it's in the middle, that's our visual, and then it's just jump and roll. It's neutral jump and roll, and then this next jump is really awkward. This is just the strats I used in my run, so yeah, there are other strats you can do, but it's just side flip, back hop. But that angle is quite precise anyway. Land on this block. If you curve in the right way, you can land pretty close to the edge, and if you curve too much, if I can see, you're gonna end up somewhere over here. Yeah, we want to try and be close to the edge. So shimmy to the edge, ignore the guy below, and then it's just roll, running jump, and then a neutral jump, and this needs to be done in one motion. So yeah, roll, running jump without turning or anything, and then neutral jump as soon as she lands, and then before she lands again, you're gonna hold up, right, and walk, and then jump. So you need to be able to get a finger to your F4 or F3 or F2 key at the same time that you press jump and let go of walk. So you need to do all of that at the same time, which is a little bit fiddly. And then just buff the frames, and you need to find the frame where Lara's torso basically touches the edge of this texture. This you can see the middle of this tile, the edge of these tiles are in basically lined up with Lara's torso. Pause the game as late as possible to save as much time as possible. So yeah, then let go of everything except jump and up. We've got to the last level, and at the start of this level, the hive, we're gonna do a setup for another swan dive, actually another no damage swan dive. So you want to do 3 neutral jumps and then a forward jump, and you want to draw guns whilst you're doing the jumps, and then turn, and you need to turn 8 frames, and then sidestep left, and then do a swan dive with up and left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to turn 8 frames, but the most efficient way to do this is to hold left, have your guns out, hold left as soon as Lara lands. So not before, which I did there by accident. Hold left after she lands, and then she's going to start to turn, and you'll need to find a visual that works for you. I can't really give a good visual because I'm playing in a resolution that's between 4:3 and 16:9, but I'm using a pixel on the right hand of this right side of the screen. Let me try and explain this properly. So holding left now, and then you want to try and pause the game as late as possible so that you find your visual after the fewest possible frame changes. So I've got to the frame I wanted, and I only had to buffer 3 frames there instead of 8, because I know the visual for the frame that I need. So that's faster than waiting for Lara to stop moving and then counting 8 frames. Anyway, whatever. I'm just trying to explain that optimization. Then it's guns away, sidestep, and yeah. 3 steps. Standing jump, stumble cancel, try and quick turn in the landing, and yeah. The sequence is pretty toxic. And I completely messed it up in my run. 1, 2, 3, stumble cancel here. Land on the edge of this block. Quick turn again, running jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start turning after 3 steps. 5 steps and then 2, 3, 4 there. That should be good. That's bad sequences. I don't really need to explain a lot of this, it's just sort of practice. 4, 5, 6, but there's many ways to die in this level. Usually because of RNG like that. The strat here is to see which way the centaur is pointing and then go whichever way is away from the centaur. So the good RNG is where you can go down this side. Like the centaur's pointing off to the left, so I'm going to go around to the right and do this sequence. Turn 45 degrees-ish, 3-step running jump, like that. I basically let the RNG decide which way to go, because you need to preserve health in this level, and if you go this way, you're going to get quite a lot of damage from the projectiles. So. Whereas if you go this way, you won't get hit. And that health is going to get you through to the end more often. So, kind of essential part of running this game is giving yourself the best possible chance to finish runs. Kill this guy. That guy can be in like 20 different places. You want to just avoid damage at all costs, really. If you get lucky, then he's going to be firing the little P things at you, and then you'll take hardly any damage, and yeah, that's perfect. And of course that's what happens in my run, so, but yeah, avoid the explosion damage. Let's see what the next thing is. So yeah, pull the levers, enter the room. This sequence takes a reasonable amount of practice. And then these wall bugs. This wall bug, I'm trying to line up, trying to just run up to the wall with a visual in mind, which is like this shape on the floor, this sort of curving line that's going into the wall. I'm using that as a guide, but you need to be like somewhere like here, and then sidestep with guns out to make it a bit faster, and then that last wall bug is fairly lenient. It's just a sidestep distance if you want to be safe. And then you just run into the room, kill the mutant. Easy stuff. Unfortunately, it's not very simple, and yeah, you can easily run off the edge there. You can easily be too close to the wall here. You can easily end up too close to the wall here. But compared to the other wall bugs that you can do and the corner bug, I find this, well, it's going to be a few seconds faster than lining this wall bug up like this, etc. This is the old sort of way. It's going to be a few seconds faster than that if you do everything perfectly, and it will be at least a second faster than YOLOing the first wall bug. Like that, which is incredibly toxic. So I started doing this running jump off of the shotgun pickup, but in order to do the running jump off the shotgun pickup here, you need to be lined up basically straight forward or very slightly turned to the left. Actually picks it up. So yeah, running jump, just keep holding right there, and then we're going to do 7 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should give us a good distance. Ideally, I'm using a visual on the ground here. There's so many little spots on the floor, you can pick one out quite easily. I know I've just landed perfectly in the right position, so I can do this trigger skip, running jump, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go quite direct. Don't try and lose distance. And then the last jump. To get this really quick to exit this area, you need to do 2 late grabs. So 1 here, and I'm gonna grab as Lara's head goes past the bottom of the green ball. So here, and then again I'm gonna grab as Lara's head goes past the bottom of the like red and yellowy texture, like that. So yeah, as Lara's head passes the bottom of the green ball, and then as Lara's head passes the bottom of the yellowy green, red yellow thing. Yeah, and then GG's, and I hope that was useful, and yeah, good luck.